Why does it disturb you when you see those who practice polygamy referred to as Mormons?
First of all, it creates a lot of confusion. We recently had a telephone call from a major news organization asking for permission from us to allow them to film in a temple of a polygamous sect that we have absolutely no connection with. We also had another news organization, highly respected, that ran a picture of the Salt Lake Temple, our temple, and next to that wrote a story about a polygamous sect. This confusion clearly doesn't serve us well, but it doesn't allow the readers to understand this distinction. Well, what is the distinction I'm talking about? The members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, often called Mormons, do not practice polygamy, and they have not practiced polygamy for over a century. To use Mormon with those who do practice polygamy is highly confusing, both to the public. It's of great concern to the church because our members don't engage in polygamous conduct. And it doesn't allow the readers to make this significant distinction. When you realize that there are 13 million members of the church, most of these polygamous sects are very small. The difference between those is not made clear and is not helped when people put Mormon in the title. I would like to make an appeal to the media. We've met with them, and for the most part, they're trying to do the very best they can. But I would like to make an appeal to them on behalf of the church to clearly make that distinction, that to not include Mormon with the word polygamous, to not identify the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the Mormon Church, with polygamy. They're entirely separate. And it would make it so that everybody understood the situation better if they ceased doing that. And we would appreciate it. When you look at the church today, there are a little over 13 million members. They're spread out all over the world. More than half of them are outside of the United States. A large number of them are converts. The church is increased in size from a little over 6 million in 1987 to over 13 million today. There's no connection of any kind with any polygamist groups. These people live very much in the mainstream of the countries where they live, and yet media sometimes probably without understanding, writes things that make it look like that we're connected with some polygamous sect that is being focused on at that particular time. As an example, we just had in a very good Australian newspaper an article that started off in the first paragraph saying childhood within a fundamentalist Mormon community means little education, regular beatings, rigorously enforced household duties, and for girls, an arranged marriage in their teens, culminating in a lifetime of subservience. Nothing could be further from the truth with respect to the members of the church. Let me just give you 3 or 4 examples to demonstrate what I'm talking about. First of all, in terms of the education level of the membership of the church, it's very high. The leadership of the church has consistently encouraged education, and at this point, in the United States, approximately 60% of all the members have some college education, whereas the country as a whole, that level is at about 50%. So the church membership is quite highly educated. Second, there are no arranged marriages. The members of the church go through a normal process in terms of finding their companions. They choose them by themselves, and the average age for marriage is approximately 23, a little over for men, when they get married. And there'd be no arranged marriages in that group. Third, their occupations are spread across the normal occupations for the country in which they live. They don't live separate or from the mainstream of the communities. They they're not isolated in any way, or dress a certain way, or have unique hairstyles or anything else that would distinguish them from the communities in which they live. And so to read something like this, and when there is no polygamy and we have no members that are allowed to be involved in that, they'd be excommunicated from the church if they did practice polygamy. That's something that's of great concern to the members of the church, and so that's the reason that we take exception to this kind of writing.